Chat, today I've become a geezer. I'm putting up English flags everywhere. I've been seeing the England flags all around the roundabout in my local towns. So we're gonna start right now. I'm gonna put one on this post here. Chat, I've never put up an English flag.
Bro, what are you doing, man?
Huh?
Why are you putting English flags in the pole, bro?
First of all, this is a great British flag, and second of all, why doesn't it concern you?
Because, bro, come on, bro. You see what's going on lately? Are you racist?
Bro, if you look on top of you, there's one right there. And what do you mean I'm a racist? It's not racist to put an English flag anywhere.
Bro, listen. I'm just saying to you, not everyone's going to take it lightly, bro. Come on. It means
Take what lightly, bro? It's a flag.
you can't just put flags anywhere, bro.
You can't just put... Is that a law?
Come on, bro. What happened to BLM?
Be it... Brother, I don't care about that right now, yeah? It's about the migrants coming here and taking our country.
The migrants, yeah?
The migrants. Or the immigrants. I don't know,
Bro,
chat.
look at yourself.
So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? This guy keeps on following me. Look at him. Why is he following me for? I'm putting English flags everywhere. I don't care, mate. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. I know it's not racist. I'm seeing everybody doing it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put English flags everywhere. Because listen, it's time that we take our bloody country back. Do you understand? I think that's why we do it. I don't know the real reason why we're doing it, but we're doing it.
So Nigel Farage went to USA to talk about the freedom of speech of UK. And Keir Starmer in UK is very pissed.
Honourable member for Clacton is not here representing his constituencies in the house that he was elected to. No, he's flown to America to badmouth and talk down our country. And worse than that, Mr. Speaker, if you can believe it, he's gone there to lobby the Americans to impose sanctions on this country which will harm working people. You cannot get more unpatriotic than that.
How can he be unpatriotic for advocating for freedom of speech in UK?
Are you trying to target me or something? And go home. Is that what you want? Yeah. So you're going to target my children, yeah? I'm not targeting children.
What happens if I had an England flag shirt on? Would that be alright?
Irish.
If I had an English flag, would that be alright? If I had a Palestinian flag on, would that be alright to come in?
Yeah, you'd be straighting it.
Oh, you wouldn't stop that, would you?
I'm happy to serve you if you like.
Ah, you can't answer the question because it's difficult for you, isn't it?
This flag, these symbols, they represent white supremacy. They represent my parents were chased down the road by people waving both of these flags with me in a pram. Like this, you're never going to get, there's a large majority, I don't know if it's a majority, but there's a large amount of people in this country who will never look at that flag and see anything other than intimidation and
this flag
oppression.
now also is representative of modern UK, which
No,
for all its flaws is a relatively successful multi-ethnic, multiracial, multi-faith democracy.
Change the flag.
Well, I think there's many people who are very fair-minded, very decent. They consider Britain to be their democratic home, and I don't think that's just the preserve of the white British mainstream. There are also people here who originate from other countries in the Commonwealth, for example. We need to look at how we can create a sense of unity, common purpose, mutual obligations. Because as I said before, I think ultimately that is the perfect antidote to far-right ethno-nationalists who ultimately want to frame English identity and British national pride as something that is ultimately rooted in race and ancestry. So I think that you have to be able to cultivate a civic sense of belonging, and we should move into that direction.
If that's true, and if we're saying actually we want a Britishness which is inclusive of all of us, then this isn't the way. Like, this is very clearly not the way.
It's a disgrace that, Mr. Speaker, on the question of the Online Safety Act, that protects children from material on suicide, on self-harm and online predators. And Reform say they would scrap it. When their leader was asked, well, what would you replace it with? His answer, there needs to be a tech answer. I don't know what that is. Well, you can't run a country on don't know answers.
Americans, we don't know if you have seen, but right now in the UK, something magical is happening.
We are putting flags up everywhere. We just drove back from Ireland, and everywhere, bridges, sign, lamppost, everywhere has the Union Jack flying, the English flag, the Welsh flag. Very cool to see.
We are taking note from our American brothers and sisters. We are flying the flag, the British flag, high and proud. And it's amazing because that's one thing that we love about America.
Yeah.
Is how you guys are so proud and you are so patriotic and you have the American flag flying everywhere. Huge flags. We don't have any huge flags like that over in the UK.
Oh yeah, no, but it gives us goosebumps when we see these US flags.
But there is something going on with that. The media is somehow twisting it and selling it in a negative light, using the R word, if you know what I mean.
And these flags are being taken down.
They're taking flags down.
Because people are too sensitive and can't handle it.
How is it not okay to fly your own flag in your own country and be proud? How is that an issue in any way? We want to know your thoughts on that, Americans. Do you think that is absolutely absurd, not being able to fly your own flag in your own country and being proud?
Yes, it is absurd. I don't have to be an American to understand why you can be proud.
Let's see how long this one takes them.
Nigel Farage only went to America to advocate for free speech, because right now you're criminalizing opinion.
Old sofa has been there for 3 weeks and my son painted an England flag on the front and the council came straight away to remove the bloody thing.
I'm strongly in favour of free speech. We've had free speech in this country for a very, very long time and we protect it fiercely.
Oh really? Then why did you arrest an Irish person for a tweet in your freaking country?
It's alleged that on the 19th of April 2025, you published a post on X that was deemed to be intended to stir up hatred and incite violence on the grounds of sexual orientation. What was the post? I'll tell you. You sure? Comedy writer, Rob Father's head, and you idiot. You're under arrest. I'm under arrest. You know what this country looks like to America? Do you know what it looks like to America? No, everywhere have you been arrested? I hate you. I'm going to sue you into the ground. I'm going to sue you into the ground. I'm going to sue you into the ground. I'm going to sue you into the wall. I dare you. I'm going over here so people
Sir, calm down.
I'm going
calm down. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Calm down. Calm down.
I dare you. I've been surrounded by trans activists for 8 years. And then you guys are working for them. You infuriating. You scumbags are working for assholes that go into women's toilets. Jesus, so unready. Look at the person coming to you. Please let go of me. I'm not going to kick off. You don't me for standing up for women's rights. Don't off me.
I think I found the tweet. If a trans-identified male is in a female-only space, he is committing a violent, abusive act. Make a scene, call the cops, and if all fails, punch him in the ball.
And we, of course, have the extraordinary events that we understood yesterday of Graham Linehan, the comedic writer, and he put out some tweets months ago when he was in Arizona, and months later he arrives at Heathrow Airport to be met by 5 armed police. Armed police, not a big deal in the USA, a very big deal in the United Kingdom. 5 of them. And he was arrested and taken away for questioning. He's not even a British citizen. He's an Irish citizen. This could happen to any American man or woman that goes to Heathrow that has said things online that the British government and British police don't like.
Translation, it can happen to a European.
It is a potentially big threat to tech bosses, to many, many others. This legislation we've got will damage trade between our countries, threaten free speech across the West because of the knock-on roll-out effects of this legislation from us or from the European Union. So I've come today as well to be a klaxon, to say to you, don't allow, piece by piece, this to happen here in America. And you would be doing us and yourselves and all freedom-loving people a favour if your politicians and your businesses said to the British government, you've simply got this wrong. At what point did we become North Korea? Well, I think the Irish comedy writer found that out 2 days ago at Heathrow Airport. This is a genuinely worrying, concerning and shocking situation, and I thank you.
Imagine you land in Ukraine and cops already are waiting for you. That is wild.
Continuing, I just need to finish the message and let people hear about the last part, about repentance from sin, and then I can... Right, okay. So we must... What have you been hearing? I have not made any homophobic comments or slurs at all.
The way you talk on the street, depending on your beliefs, that will shut you down immediately.
I've been preaching about repentance from sin.
I've been preaching about repentance from sin. It's on camera. I've been preaching the gospel of God through the Bible, and I've not even mentioned homophobic or anything like that at all. We don't need to listen to peace and over here. They said that we're allowed to be here. We're allowed to have this by law. It's our right to freedom of speech. We're allowed. We haven't said anything homophobic.
Even Keir Starmer ally Jesse Phillips, that is talking about how the police conduct themselves, has interesting news for you.
But would she confirm that the National Inquiry will look at the role of the police not only in cover-ups but in the crimes themselves?
Absolutely, yeah. The South Yorkshire Police should never have been left to investigate themselves in this matter, and so yes, moving over to the NCA is the absolutely right thing to do. But I would be lying if I said that over the years I have not met girls who talk to me about how police were part of the perpetration, not just the cover-up.
So by that standard, you knew something has happened, you didn't want to investigate it, but somebody found it out behind your back, prove it to everybody else, and now you want to be like, I am on your team, I knew about it, but I didn't know how to handle it.
When the questions of Islamophobia and the tenets of Islam mash up against transphobia, what will the determiners of truth in the UK government decide? What will those who make decisions about what we can say and what we cannot say do when these worlds collide? Would you have any comment on that, Mr. Farage?
I can tell you right now which one will win. The one that would give them more votes.
Mr. Price, is this statement, we need to take back our country, is that statement hate speech?
We don't really know what hate speech is. It's so vague, and that's the problem with it. I wouldn't regard that as
well, you may not, but the EU regulators do, because they had a workshop on May 25th where this is part of our investigation, material we'd subpoenaed. They gave us this information. They said it is hate speech. That's a concern, right?
Yes, sir.
And it could be made by an American and be termed hate speech, and there could be some ramifications for Americans' First Amendment liberties. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Price, what's a trusted flagger?
A trusted flagger is an NGO or a private organization that's recognized under the DSA, and if they identify or a complaint has been made...
Wait. Recognized by who?
Oh, the terms of the DSA. Oh, and the national regulators and the commission as well.
Okay, and they do what? So they're recognized by the government. They're approved by the government.
Yes,
all right? And what do they do?
If they identify content that they regard as illegal content, the companies have to give priority to removing that content.
Oh, so people that the government approves tell companies what they can allow on their platform and what they can't, right?
That's correct, sir.
And they're saying we have free speech, but I'm the fascist because they can decide what I can say because I'm a bad person.
And the same people who approved these folks are the same people who conducted the workshop and said, we need to take back our country as hate speech. Is that fair to say?
That's correct, sir.
Yeah, and that's the concern. And what happens if these trusted flaggers approved by the government, the same government that says we need to take back our country as hate speech? By the way, I think that statement is made probably more by Democrats right now than Republicans. I think the head of the Democrat National Committee made that statement like 3 months ago at a big Democrat rally or something they were having. So the same people who say that's hate speech approve the trusted flaggers, who then tell the platforms what they can and can't have on their platform. And if they don't agree with what the trusted flaggers say, there's civil penalties. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Both under national law and the DSA, investigations begin, and there's a whole process that can result in enforcement and then ultimately crippling fines for companies.
How can I trust a person that the government says that I need to listen to because they know better for me, but at the same time the government is listening to my ex? I'm like, bruh, no.
And those crippling fines, those civil penalties can be what? 5%, 10% of global revenue, depending on the Online Services Act or the DSA?
Under the DSA, 6%.
6%? Wow, that's a lot of money because these are big companies, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Farage, it's not just civil penalties, though. And this is where it gets really scary. Because my understanding is there's criminal penalties, and I think in 2023 in the United Kingdom, there were 12,183 arrests for offensive posts. 12,000 people arrested for things they posted online that some trusted flagger approved by the government, the same government that says what's being said at the Democrat National Committee, we need to take back our country, is hate speech. That's a scary scenario.
Bruh, I'm not going to UK because just because I made a joke about this, they can perceive it as something wild, right? I'm sure some leftists are going to tell me, well, you could have not posted online, you would have been safe. I'm like, oh, so I don't have speech. No, you need to conduct yourself better.
Yeah, they're massive statistics, and I mean, some of it comes under non-crime hate incidents. So you've said something on social media, someone's taken objection, and you get the knock at the door from the police sort of warning you that if you do this again, something may happen. And this has now been broadened out. I mean, Mr. Price made the point, what is hate speech? How do you define hate speech? And that's the problem, isn't it, with all of these laws, that we finish up in a position where local police forces, etc., have to choose their own interpretations. I think, again, as I said to you earlier, the timing of this hearing today is perfect because the head of the Metropolitan Police, who arrested Graham Linehan at Heathrow Airport, he's thrown the ball back now to the British Home Secretary and the government to say, please tell us, what is this law intended? What are we supposed as the police to do? So I think we're going to have a much more rapid debate about this. But my worry is it may get worse, if I may quickly. Because the Labour government now are intending to pass a law that has a definition of Islamophobia. They're intending to put that into law. And that effectively will mean that criticism of a religion, mocking of a religion, would become an offence. And that's totally against everything. Because, we've always given the Pope a hard time. We've always given the Archbishop of Canterbury a hard time. So we're finishing up kind of with two-tier law and two-tier justice.
The downfall of Christianity might be their tolerance. And now the government wants to stay in power, so they just took a religion that you're never allowed to criticize.
Speaking of religion, tell me what performative prayer is. This is something we've seen and we've discovered in our investigative work. Maybe we'll start with Mr. Price, then go to Mr. Farage.
Yes, sir. We have a client at the moment who's been prosecuted or who was arrested in Bristol for a Christian pastor preaching about the differences between Christianity and Islam. He was then assaulted by a group of people identifying as Islamic people. The police arrived and they arrested him, not the people who assaulted him. This is the state of play in the United Kingdom in terms of free speech. And unfortunately across Europe, I mean, I have a whole file of cases here where people have been arrested for criticisms of Islam where they've been prosecuted. So things are getting pretty bad.
I never thought I would feel attacked as a Christian at this time. I guess it is that time though. Because I can pray, and if they beat me up, I better not call the police because I might get arrested, at least in UK.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, durloketa, berdetta, welcome.